Okay, we're going to do a quick example of a conversion together, and this example is going to be the one that you use throughout this flashback, even though the other questions are not the same one. The process is the same, okay? So for question number 1, they've asked us to convert 12 inches into meters. They've also given us the conversion factor. They told us that 39.4 inches is equal to 1 meter. In other words, there are 39.4 inches in 1 meter. Now, what we're going to do in order to convert is we're going to turn this conversion factor, and instead of having an equal sign there, we're going to put that in a fraction. Now, I know that this sounds kind of scary and that it looks kind of scary because fractions are not always very fun. But don't freak out. Really, the only thing that the fraction is doing is helping us figure out if we're going to multiply or divide by this 39.4. Okay? That's really all it's doing. And I know that this looks different than your math classes, but in science, units are even more important than they are in math. Well, because this is math, right? So in math, they're teaching you how to do these things for this scientific process. And in science, if you don't keep your units, you can really mess something up. So this conversion fraction is going to help us keep track of our units and help us make sure that we're multiplying or dividing the right way, okay? So here's what we're going to do. If I want my answer to be in meters, which I do, then I'm going to find the number that has meters with it in my conversion factor, and I'm going to put that on the top of my fraction. So what you want goes on the top of your fraction. What you want should be your highest priority, right? And so if it's your highest priority, it goes on the highest point of the fraction. What you want goes on the top of the conversion fraction. I also know that you've probably been taught in math that if you have the same unit on opposite sides of a fraction, that they cancel out. That's what we need to do here too. I don't want my answer to be in inches. I need my answer to be in meters. So I need to cancel out inches. In order to do that, I'm going to put the number that has inches in it on the opposite side of where this guy is. So that means it's going to go on the bottom of the fraction. That's going to help me cancel out inches. Okay? Now, you can put this in your calculator exactly like you see it. It will give you the right answer. If you're a little confused about why we had to use the fraction, what we're actually doing here is we're multiplying 12 by 1. That's going to give us 12. And then this line here actually means divide. So 12 divided by 39.4 is going to give us our answer in meters. And that answer is actually 0.304 meters. Okay? So, quick review. Take your conversion factor and turn it into a fraction. Put the unit that you want on top and the unit that you're trying to cancel out on the bottom. And then type it into your calculator or multiply straight across and then divide by the bottom. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions.